My God. Hey guys, Crypto Dad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. Gonna move some crypto around for you guys and manage some wallets. So I hope you're ready for some technical reviews and maybe some on-camera epic fails. I always try to do stuff live, and sometimes it's an epic fail. But, and of course, I'm going to do my very best to answer your questions. I want to preemptively wish everyone a Happy New Year. The year 2023 is drawing to a close. The top story tonight involves, a year-end outlook of Bitcoin being up 160%. I've also got a little story about some altcoins that have risen from the dead. So I hope you'll find that entertaining. And then a couple of stories about Ledger that tracking our every move. So is that a thing or is it not a thing? We'll find out. So once again, I'm here with the rig. I've got everything set up. I went ahead and switched my Streamlabs overlay. Streamlabs Desktop is the software that I use for recording my live streams, and I can also use it for recording standalone videos. Oh, by the way, I wanted to record tonight. So I went ahead and clicked that, so I've got a hard copy. Sometimes I'll do stuff on the live stream that is kind of a good, like it's a gold nugget. I'm really happy with it. And then I will try to grab it so that I can edit it. Well, unfortunately, even though I record in 4K, once it's uploaded onto YouTube, and then I try to download it back to my computer, it only downloads in like 720p, and I'm pretty disappointed with posting a 720p video as standalone. So I found that the remedy to that situation is to hit the record button on my Streamlabs software while I'm live streaming so that I will have a good, clean 4K copy of everything that we're doing tonight. And if I want to use it in some other videos, I will. But enough about me. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Let's go over to the big screen. As you can see, I've got these new transitions and this little box around me. I don't know, that might end up being annoying. We'll find out. And then up at the top, we've got the new subscriber and the donator. So you'll still have the alerts when you donate or subscribe, but they'll just kind of be up there. We'll see how that goes. These overlays are more for gamers, but I am an on-screen personality, so what the hell. And I was having some issues tweaking everything, but I got through it. I did it yesterday, so I wasn't under pressure. But I've noticed that Asil now has the orange Bitcoin icon next to his handle name, which means that he's now entered his third month of being a member. He is the first member that signed up as a member. Also, Kenny, Dan, and JDO, they will allow me to gift memberships. It's really complicated. It's like so complicated to gift someone a membership, and you have to do it every month. You can't just do it in perpetuity. But I'm working on it. I think I can only do it on the first. YouTube is weird, but I'm going to try and gift you guys memberships, so we'll see how that goes, so that you can be members too. So Jason is here. I hope he makes it. Kenny here early as usual. Asil, of course, thank you for being here. Force P. Wap Bob is asking a question about his Telegram wallet. One of the cards is not scanning. I have never had that happen to me. I have had some issues when trying to set up some cards and reset some cards. Things got a little discombobulated when I was trying to do a restore, but I have found that you can reset your cards to factory, and I did that a couple of streams ago, I believe. But if the card is not scanning at all, that won't be possible. So I don't know. You might want to try, we can talk a little bit more in depth about this, but when you're in the app, you can tap the three dots and choose set up new wallet, and then maybe try to scan that errant card into a new I don't know. I mean, I've never had that happen. You probably want to contact them and see if they can't send you a new set. It will be a little weird. I have never lost a card of an existing set and then tried to add a new card. The problem is that they don't like exporting the private key, and that's when, after you've set up the three cards, you can't export anymore. You can't like bring in a new card. But if you have it backed up, if you have the set backed up, you could swipe all three cards and then do a restore. I know that's kind of scary for a newcomer. I would probably just contact them if the card is not scanning. You might try it again sometime. If it's not scanning at all and the other card is scanning, you probably have some sort of hardware issue going on with your go-to card. But, that's why we have backup cards. But it might be a little complicated. You might want to shoot me an email at thecryptodad@gmail.com, and maybe I can help you a little further with that and see what happens. So sorry to hear about that. PJ Playhouse, Simona Moulin, Happy New Year to you guys. Good to have you here. Daniel, Barry Sports Highlights, E. Poston, Mr. Miskey, JDO, thanks for being here, moderating tonight. Abdul Rub, thank you. SafePal S1, haven't done a review of that in a while. TG, thanks for that donation. I don't see it up there in that little box. Maybe that box is not going to help us tonight. We'll see. Chaos Reigns, L. Fontaine, TG. A lot of people jumping in. Amsterdam, Holland, thanks for being here. Scott, a pleasure as always. Simon Guard, Barbara K, Abdul Rub. Oh yeah, I've already had it. Hey, P Whistle, thank you. Admin 35, Merry Christmas, thank you, and a Happy New Year. It's good to be here. What's the most private anonymous wallet out there now? That's a good question. The most private anonymous wallet. First of all, most of the super secure wallets are Bitcoin only, and Bitcoin is not an anonymous cryptocurrency. It is pseudonymous, which means you don't have to connect your name to it, but it is not anonymous. So as far as maintaining your anonymity while setting up a wallet, you can download desktop wallets like the Electrum Bitcoin wallet, but anything that you set up on your computer has privacy issues from the get-go if you're using Windows. So I don't know. We're going to talk a little bit about Ledger Live, but wallets themselves, most of them need to be set up on your computer or your phone to interface with the blockchain. So once you're doing that, you've sort of sacrificed a little bit of anonymity. I know everybody thinks that crypto should be anonymous and all that good stuff, but that is as far as privacy features, there might be some wallets out there that focus on that. But I really don't know the answer to that one, to be honest with you. I mean, the ColdCard jumped out me. TG just donated, super chat, thank you. Actually, I think that box up there is for a different type of donation than a super chat.
So I think I need to work on that. We'll see if the subscriber one works when someone subscribes. I would say ColdCard, but like I said, it's a Bitcoin wallet. It's not really, Bitcoin is not anonymous. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'll have to do some research on that. Let's see. Sherman donated. Thank you. Joanne L, thank you for being here. Barbara K and Joanne L. Okay, yeah, two different. Simon Gard from Wales, thank you. Dan Westra, thank you for being here tonight. Using a VPN also makes a difference? Yeah, it does a little bit. As far as the people being able to see what you can do, that does make a big difference. If you have a Ledger device set up or a Trezor device and then you move it over to a computer or turn on your VPN, it does improve your privacy as far as what you're doing on the blockchain. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah. So a VPN would help improve your privacy. Okay, so let's jump into the news tonight. Before I do, I just want to point out that we've got a whole bunch of goodies in the description down below, a little overview of what we're going to talk about, an agenda of things I would like to do, some affiliate links. I did want to point out that if you go over to the Tangem site, and you want to buy a wallet, if you go to the checkout section, my checkout code still works. CryptoTag still works, but it has to be in all caps. And my face is in the I'm in the way there. Can you see the CryptoTag? Where is that? Oh, it's completely... All right. Ugh, doggone it. I grabbed the wrong thing. All right, let's see. Let me do this. That. Okay, there. You can't really... You still can't see it. Okay. All right, let me do it this... Oops. Let me try that. Yeah, see, this always screws me up. All right, there. You can see that I entered CryptoTag and that it applied a 10% discount. So if you're still looking for a deal on the Tangem, then you can use my code, CryptoTag. The reason I bring that up is that someone in the comments said that my checkout code wasn't working, and I just want to point out that it has to be in all caps for it to work. And or it doesn't get auto-fill. Like for a while there, if you used my link, they were auto-filling it, but they aren't anymore. But the code still works if you want to use it. Yay! And I believe Keystone 3 Pro is having a New Year's sale, and they've been, ever since Black Friday, they've been on a discount. But they've got a Happy New Year sale that's lasting another couple days, and you can still get the Keystone 3 Pro at a pretty discounted price. So you might want to check that out. And then a whole bunch of other affiliate links down here, news stories that I have linked for you guys, and ways to get in touch with me. As I mentioned, the gentleman that was having trouble with his Tangem is welcome to shoot me an email, and we'll see if we can't troubleshoot or maybe brainstorm some ways to get around this, because I can understand you might be a little perturbed that you're down to 2 cards. And it's like kind of difficult to add a new card. Hopefully you are using a new set and you did generate a backup phrase. Because if you just set it up cold without the backup phrase, I'm not sure there's a whole lot that can be done now that one card has gone bad. But I'm sure that Tangem would be able to help figure out a solution to that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Tangem is a great card, but if you don't use the backup phrase, you're sort of limited to the cards themselves as your backup. One solution would be to, if they were to send you a brand new set, then you could just transfer your crypto off onto the new set from your old set. That'd be one. So you would suffer from some transfer fees, but at least you would get moved over to, a full set. So just thinking out loud here. All right, let's get into the news, guys. Bitcoin set to ring in the new year, up nearly 160% from January 1st of this year. Pretty cool, huh? When you think about it. Bitcoin ticked back down towards the 43,000 mark. I think where are we tonight? We're at 42,220. So maybe it's not quite 160% as we speak, right? Slipped down to 42 at the time of writing, 42.8. On the last working day of 2023, Bitcoin looks set to close the year up 158% against the price of 16,500 12 months ago. Yeah. That's just a splash. Some privacy coins, Dash, Monero, and Zcash were down 10% on news that the OKX exchange was delisting them. I don't believe anyone in the U.S. can use the OKX exchange. I've jumped on there and they've told me that I'm ineligible to sign up for an account because of my location. So I'm pretty sure they block people in the US, but it is a large exchange. You can, as far as I know, you can still buy Monero on Kraken if you want to buy Monero. Let me see here. I think I'm... Yeah, I rebooted my computer, so let me just enter this. I'm going to have to do that because all my passwords are tied to my password manager. So for anything that I do tonight, I'm going to need that. All right, this has two-factor with my YubiKey, so I'm just going to reach up there and touch that little guy. And let's see here, XMR. Yeah, you can still buy Monero on Kraken. Kind of surprising that Kraken has been around a long time. And there was this big push to delist the privacy coins a couple of years back, and they got delisted everywhere. I don't know about Binance. I can't check Binance either. Well, let's see here. What were the other ones? Zcash, Dash, and Zcash. Let's see. Dash. You can get Dash. Okay. Zcash. Yeah. You can get all three of those on Kraken. But they were delisted on OKX, so that sort of put a damper on everyone's spirits. I don't know. Question earlier about privacy and wallets. I think the want for privacy is not going away, and privacy coins are not going away either. They are decentralized on their own blockchains, and they obfuscate the sender and receiver, and Monero is still a proof of work coin, just like Bitcoin. So it's not going anywhere. Doesn't matter, how many exchanges try to delist it, people will still be able to use it and get it in a decentralized fashion. Interesting. Let's move over here. SEC's Bitcoin ETF update deadline is today. This was yesterday. I wanted to kind of point this out because it looks like it's getting the approval of a Bitcoin ETF is fast approaching. It looks like they might make the decision next week before the 10th. So yesterday was the deadline for companies to get their revised filings, requests in, or whatever. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission said last week that spot Bitcoin ETF applicants must file S1 amendments by December 29th. The regulator also required them to sign an agreement with an authorized participant and sort out the cash create redemption model it favors. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about this. This article brings it up. There's a couple, I guess there's probably more than two, but there are two main ways for middlemen or participants to interact with ETFs, and one is called in-kind, and then the other is cash create. And in an in-kind model, a third party can actually handle the underlying asset, be it gold, silver, or whatever in an exchange-traded fund, or in this case, Bitcoin. Well, the SEC has stipulated that they want the intermediaries to use cash. So, and why? We don't know exactly why. But if we used an in-kind model, then even the middlemen would be able to handle the Bitcoin, which brings Bitcoin more into it, right? And in my mind, if they used an in-kind model, there would be more big institutions trying to get their hands on Bitcoin, to actually use Bitcoin. And this would drive up the price, right? Because the higher of the demand, the higher the price usually goes, all else being equal. And so the SEC is wanting these ETFs to be cash create, so that they're the only ones handling Bitcoin. So most existing ETFs involve in-kind creation, meaning that when the intermediaries want to make new ETF shares, they give firms like BlackRock funds using actual assets like Bitcoin. That's how 90% of ETFs work, is in-kind. Only 10% are cash. The reason the SEC wants the cash model for spot Bitcoin ETFs is that they want to minimize the number of intermediaries that have access to the actual Bitcoin in the redemption and offering process. This is what the ETF analysis believes. They don't like the idea of broker-dealers who are intermediaries touching Bitcoin. Many were going to create unregistered subsidiaries to act in place of the actual broker-dealers, but the SEC just didn't want it. The SEC wanted to close the loop a little more, mentioning that he also heard of regulators being worried about money laundering. Yeah, right. If the only people messing with the actual Bitcoin are BlackRock and Coinbase, it's a little more controllable of what Bitcoin you have. They just want a more closed system with fewer intermediaries touching the actual Bitcoin. Guys, buy Bitcoin, put it in your wallet, right? Make the SEC mad at you, right? SEC doesn't want little guys holding Bitcoin, right? They want the big guys holding Bitcoin, cornering the market, being able to issue paper Bitcoin and corner the market, control the price, all the stuff they've been doing with all the other commodities out there like gold and silver. We had all these cases of precious metals, people that worked at JP Morgan getting caught manipulating the precious metals market. A couple of guys went to jail, but JP Morgan basically just got a slap on the wrist. But if the biggest bank is doing shenanigans, manipulating the price of precious metals, they'll probably want to do it with Bitcoin too. So watch out. I just kind of wanted to bring that up. Let's talk about this little story here. 3 coins that came back from the dead in 2023. This is pretty interesting. The first, of course, is Solana. right? Made the biggest comeback of 2023, up nearly 1,215% from its cycle low of $8.27 in December of 2022. Additionally, it's up 485% versus Bitcoin from its cycle low of 0.00004952 BTC on June 5th. Crazy, huh? Wow. Sol had fallen 95% in 2022, one of the biggest losers that year, to under 10%, primarily due to its FTX exposure. But Solana's rise in 2023 can be attributed to its resilience amid FTX bankruptcy asset sales, significant decentralized application usage growth, increased market demand and network activity, and better network stability. So I want to point this out because you will see some the crypto market, Bitcoin, and especially the altcoins are subject to a lot of user sentiment. And a lot of times people get it in their heads that a coin is worthless and they just sell. And you'll see coins just take huge dives. This happened in 2017 and 18. I remember XRP was up around $1 in 2017, and then it really took a huge dive in the better part of 2018. Cardano took a huge dive. And a lot of those coins recovered in 2020 and 2021. So when you see a coin way down and you know it has a great use case, if either scoop some more up, I don't give financial advice, but or just hang on for dear life, because a lot of times a coin will bounce back. It's pretty amazing. But we're talking top tier coins here. We're not talking about these penny stock coins that are, 1,000 by market cap, right? When I say 1,000, I mean like ranked 1,000. You want the top 20 by market cap, right? Usually, maybe the top 30 or 40. But it's an amazing marketplace, right? And now we have also Tron crashed over 98% during its crypto markets 2018-2020 bear cycle. However, Tron is now up over 1,270% since bottoming out at near $0.0076. What is that, a seventh of a penny or a 70th of a penny in March of 2020 and back. Tron's a bit of an outlier. There aren't a whole lot of cryptocurrency exchanges in the U.S. that you can actually buy Tron. You can buy it on Kraken. Wow. But you can't buy it on Binance US. You can't buy it on Coinbase. I don't know about Gemini. It's mostly big in Asia. So go figure. And last but not least, what's our last coin here? Poopadoo Avalanche, right? Up 370%. Prices up nearly 370% when measured from its cycle low of $8.65 in September. Its rebound comes after a 94.25% crash, one of the biggest during the bear market. Interestingly, Avalanche's rebound came around the unlocking of nearly 19 million AVAX tokens in the second half of 2023. The rising price indicates that markets easily absorb the additional supply. Interesting. Okay, a lot of people in tonight. I'm going to jump into this little story here. Ledger Live tracks users, says app developer and privacy advocate. Ooh. Yeah. Now, this developer, I mean, he's obviously a coder. He knows what he's doing. He's checking the code, but he's checking the genuine device check code. Well, the genuine device check is an integrity check, and it might be doing more than it needs to be doing. He claims that it's checking all of your apps. But he points out that, it happens every time you connect your device. Well, yes, it does. That's what it's designed to do. The integrity check runs every time you connect the device to the My Ledger section of Ledger Live to manage your device. That's a good thing. It's supposed to do that. It runs that genuine check to tell you whether the device has been tampered with, right? This is the one thing everyone's always obsessing, is that someone tampered with my device, That's why people don't want to buy them from Amazon or eBay, because they're worried somebody tampered with it. Well, it's kind of a fairy tale. The genuine check is one of those things that make it something you really don't need to worry about. Tangem has an integrity check. The Trezor Safe 3 has an integrity check. A lot of wallets have integrity checks, which means there's a cryptographic key embedded in every single device that gets shipped out, that when you connect it to their servers for configuration, it checks the device to make sure that it hasn't been tampered with. So that's probably why the Ledger genuine check goes through all the apps to, it's running the integrity check. So, I mean, I don't want to badmouth this guy. Because he appears to be a very serious coder. He's checking the code and he's doing all kinds of stuff, and he's saying, Ledger's checking your device and doxing you. I don't really know if it's the first thing you need to be aware of, that we get doxed almost every day. We get tracked almost every day. The genuine device check is not really matching your data to your identity. It could conceivably, but that's not really what the genuine check is doing. And so there's a lot of articles like this, and this is a mainstream crypto news site, and it's alarmist. A lot of people are, it's just a lot of FUD against Ledger, I went onto Reddit and found a wonderful post that sort of succinctly summed up this thing. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, he's a developer's talking about just about every software checks. Come on, where is this thing? Here we go. I love this, right? You mean collecting data from pseudonymous software with no tie to your identity to help improve the UX and interface for users, right? So not only does it do the genuine check, but it's also helping to improve. Almost everything you use has that, like your iPhone and your Android phones collects anonymous data, right? You can also opt out of any data collection or analytics from the settings, which seems weird that this guy that wrote this article, or I don't think the software user, the RecT, wrote this article. He posted in Twitter. But if you launch Ledger Live, there is a section where you can opt out of all this data collection. And it seems odd that a software developer wouldn't know this, but you can. So a lot of what's going on, if you go into the settings, you can just disable analytics, right? I do that. right? I always do that. So, I mean, the bug reports, the analytics, and the carousel visibility can all be disabled so that you're not sending information back to Ledger about what's going on with your device. But let me finish this post here. This post sort of feels like FUD when it isn't necessary. Also, if this worries you, you're going to really dislike what your browser and every single website you interact does. They are all gathering your information and not in a pseudonymous way. Right, so we're getting tracked and traced just about every day. A lot of people take issue because they think crypto should be different. But Ledger is basically, first of all, the genuine check is a good thing, but also the gathering of the data of how the device is used is not directly tied to the identity of the user, and they use it to help improve the product, just the way the iPhone does, and a lot of software out there, when you're installing it, is going to ask you whether you want to help improve. Windows does it. I'm sure the Mac OS does it. So it's not unique in this space, right? Okay, I guess that's the news. Let me just, I want to do something tonight, but I've been talking. I want to check the questions here. Let's see. Have you tried OKX Web3 Wallet? Is safe to connect our hardware to it? Yes. It is a decentralized software. I don't know. This question's safe. I mean, everybody's like, is it safe? I don't know. I just, that word has so much of a connotation to it. And I hate to even say yes to the is it safe question, because if something happens, you're going to blame me because I told you it was safe. I don't mean to bag on you for asking that question. But I get a lot of that, is it safe? I don't know. Is anything safe? I don't. The people in the West are kind of like, I don't know. So yeah, what he's asking me about is the OKX third-party wallet. The OKX third-party wallet is, I don't know if it's open source. It might be. Let's see here real quick. I can OKX GitHub and find out. It looks like I think so. So the code is open source. So if there were any backdoors in it, we would know. Right? Because the code is transparent. And a lot of people are upset at Keystone for kind of abandoning their own app. And it goes like this, Keystone used to have their own app. And now they force us to use hot wallets or third-party wallets, like it's a bad thing. It's not really a bad thing, like MetaMask, powerful tools. We'll use some other third-party wallets tonight, but people just get suspicious when the word third party comes in, and it's not. It's a better wallet. That's really why they decided to abandon their own app. They're tired of spending all their time and energy reinventing the wheel when there are better apps out there that are incorporating their device. They've made I have to hand it to Keystone. We were talking earlier about Keystone. They've made a big push to get their wallet compatible with a lot of third-party wallets. So, if you go into MetaMask and you go to connect a hardware wallet, you'll see that, oh, I thought Keystone was in here. I guess it's on their mobile. But Keystone is compatible with a lot of third-party wallets. They're making a big push to you know, work with developers to get their wallets. Let me see. I think maybe, let's try this one. We're going to use Solflare later anyway. Let's see if we can add a new, yeah. So they're compatible with Keystone. So you can use your, I'm sorry, Keystone is compatible with the Solflare wallet for Solana. So they're making a big push to get incorporated into a lot of third-party wallets, and this is a good thing. So don't freak out when, you know, you get a Keystone and they want you to use the OKX wallet. They have several wallets to choose from, but the OKX wallet is kind of it's a go-to wallet for Keystone because it's very powerful and flexible, but it's really nothing to be worried about. It is safe. Is it possible to reuse Tangem? Yeah. I've done it several times. In fact, why don't we go over and play around with the Tangem? I just kind of wanted to show you some stuff with Tangem. Let's see if this works. Oh my gosh, the camera still worked. Yeah, it did. So I'm going to do some hardware wallet stuff for you guys. But let's go into my Tangem app, and you can see that I have, well, it's not coming into focus down here. I don't know why. Come on, camera. You were being so good before. Why? I don't know. Is there something? Okay, there we go. Woo, okay. All right, so you can see I have 3 Tangem wallets that I'm managing here, and they're related to 3 different card sets, right? These, oh, come on, camera. These are the primary cards for all my sets. So there's 2 backup cards to this one, there's 2 backup cards to this one, and there's 2 backup cards to this one. So we're managing 3 sets here. And as you can see, I moved all my Caspa over into this Caspa card set because I kind of like the fact that it shows up here as the Caspa card set, right? You can see that it's the black card here, and it's the spiral design here. So, but you can also, and the question was, can you reset Tangem? Well, I had originally set up this card set as a, I did a restore onto this card set for this mid wallet, right? So it basically connected these 3 cards, there's 2 other backup cards, to this particular wallet, and so I had 6 cards set up. So, but I wanted to actually, but they didn't turn green, right? I wanted to see this. So what I did was I took these 3 cards and reset them to factory. And I should probably do a video on doing that, but you can. So the way to do it is to go set up, add new wallet. You'll scan in a card, and then after you scan in that card and enter your access code, you'll be able to, I'm going to get, well, actually, we can go here now into this one, card settings. All right. It's just not going to let me escape scanning this card in. Okay. So this card scanned in without an access code because it's already set up, but I can reset to factory here on an existing set. Now, please don't do this if you have crypto in the wallet or you don't have a restore seed phrase or anything. You know, just don't do this willy-nilly. But if you've got the wallet backed up or you've emptied out the wallet or, you know, however you want to do it, then you can reset the cards to factory. Now, when you reset this card to factory, the wallet will disappear. So you'll kind of have to get creative on the 2 backup cards. You'll have to set those up as new and then wipe them. But you can do it. It's a little bit tricky. I should probably do a video on it, but you can reset a card set to factory, and then I've done it with this set, right? I have 3 cards here that I reset to factory condition, so they're pristine. I could use them again and set them up as a separate wallet. So pretty cool. Yeah, so you can do all that. All right, now I wanted to do a magic trick for you guys. You want to call this a magic trick? I'm going to talk about hardware management. We had an issue with Ledger a couple weeks back with the connection kit software, and there was a huge outcry. Oh, Ledger's done it again. Well, as it turns out, it really wasn't the device. It really wasn't Ledger Live. It was connection kit software that allowed people to connect their devices to DApp sites. Well, so yes, Ledger screwed up. They, there was a lack of oversight in their software rollout process, right? So they had an ex-employee that had not been removed from the developer ability to upload software on this little software project, and he got fished or whatever. Yeah, so Ledger screwed up. But really what it brought into view was the fact that people were connecting their go-to devices to DApp sites. Now, if you're on Uniswap and you're swapping, that's one thing. But a lot of people are connecting their devices to all kinds of shady sites in order to mint NFTs or claim airdrops. And a lot of malicious software can happen, can affect your device in that. Now, this particular connection software should not have been malicious, right? Because Ledger managed this software. But it just kind of pointed out the issue that you don't want to connect your go-to device to shady app sites. And so my recommendation now, and I think a lot of people's, is that if you're going to do DApp, then you should do a secondary device, right? Don't connect your device that has $50,000 worth of Ethereum to DApp sites where you're buying shady tokens or claiming airdrops or minting NFTs, doing all kinds of stuff. Once you do it with, if you have a secondary device with a small balance on there and you're minting NFTs, great. Once you get the NFT, then you can transfer it over to your other wallet, right? You don't need to use your default wallet for this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this wallet, right? This wallet is brand new. So, it's been reset, right? So we'll go over here. It gives us some instructions. And then it takes me over, gives me some more instructions, and I want to set this device up as a new device. So the first thing I'll do is choose my PIN, and I'm going to do a short one so I don't have to take up all your time tonight, and then I need to confirm it. All right. And now I need to write down my recovery phrase. I'm gonna do that real quick. And the reason I wanted to do this live was to show you guys how it's not that difficult. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Ledger Black and on black, they call this. And we're gonna put today's date. And we're going to write down our numbers. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I will. I'm not going to show you what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to switch back over to this guy. Let's see here. We'll do this one. Oh. Oh, well, let's do it this way. Yeah. I think you can still hear me. All right. I'm going to go ahead and write these words down. Okay. Now, you want to make sure that when you're writing your words down, that you write them legibly so you can read them. But one thing about these words is that they're taken from a standard list, so that if you, perhaps like myself, have relied on spell checkers most of their adult life, you may have horrible spelling skills, and you might see a word and misspell it. And then when you're trying to restore, you're having issues because you've misspelled it. There are words like that you might commonly misspell, like there are a few words that I commonly misspell. And then if it's rejecting your word, you might want to check the list and see if the word that you're trying to enter is even on the list, or if perhaps you've misspelled it. You'll realize it when you look it up in the list. So a lot of times when people are trying to restore their words, they have issues like that. So keep in mind, you can always refer to the list. Oh, I forgot about the, oh, God. All right. We're going to do it. Okay, so I'm down to, okay, I've written down 24. Now I've got to go through the, I get a list of 3 words, and then I confirm those. All right, I'm at 4. All right, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Let's move the sheet. Okay, recovery phrase is set. Don't ever share it. Boom. Ah. I don't know, how long was that? Was that less than 5 minutes? I think it was less than 5 minutes. Oh, and then we'll go to dashboard. Okay, so we're done. Ah, I was under pressure, right? Okay, so let's see here. All right, so this 60-year-old guy can still handle. All right, so it's not that difficult to write down your seed phrase and verify on your device. We're going to go ahead and connect this guy. And I'll go ahead and get the PIN entered. Okay. All right. Now we'll go over here to Ledger Live. So the first thing we'll want to do is go over to My Ledger. Probably going to need to update the firmware on this guy because it's been kind of sitting over by the wayside for a while. Yeah. So it wants me to update the firmware. Well, let's do that. We'll go ahead and run that. Let me see if I can, oops. I need to add source. I knew there was going to be one thing I forgot to do when I was setting all this up, but we'll get through it. Let's see this one. Okay. Okay. I think I need to do this. This is what I want. Down here. Down here. Down here. Down here. Oops. I think I can put it down here. And having trouble with my camera stand. I can do it. Okay. All right. There we go. One thing I forgot to do yesterday when I was setting this thing up. That's okay. We'll make it. And now we'll make it bigger. Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to get there. Okay, good. All right, so now I need to verify this. It's going to do its thing. I hope I didn't lose you guys. All right, now what's my PIN? Okay. Ah, damn it. Up to date. Okay, I don't need to do that because there were no apps on this thing. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm ready. Let's do Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. All right, because we're going to play around with those tonight. We'll get that going. How do I blind my secret code on my ledger? Or bind my secret code on my ledger? I deleted Trezor Suite from my PC. If I install Trezor Suite, do I need to use the recover? No, you don't need to recover the device. Just reinstall your Trezor Suite and reconnect your device. A lot of people think that for some, they need to like do a restore when they reinstall Ledger Live or Trezor Suite. You don't. As long as the device hasn't been touched, then you don't need to go and reset the device just to reinstall the software. All right, so let's go ahead and create a Solana account. Let's go back over here. All right, now when we do this, we need to name this account accordingly because I have the black on black device set up, the one that I just set up. If you, when you say secret code, are you talking about a passphrase? Or are you talking about the password that gets you into Ledger Live? Or are you talking about a passphrase that's like a 25th word? So there's so much ambiguity and overlap in these secret codes. Black on black. That's kind of weird. Let's do it this way. Black on black. That lets me know which device is associated with this account, right? And of course, it's going to be empty. It's going to be down here at the bottom, right? Let's go ahead and add the Ethereum account. Now it wants me to open the Ethereum app on the device. So it's going to set up an empty Ethereum account. Now we can use this app for Polygon, Avalanche, BNB over on MetaMask, right? Okay, there's that one. And just for kicks, we can add the Bitcoin, right? What kind of ledger would it be without a Bitcoin account on it, right? It's going to open up Bitcoin. Is VE Chain really available on Ledger Live? Haven't seen an announcement, but the app shows available. Interesting. Let me show you. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, we'll do that. I think what you're referring to, well, let's see. What are you referring to? Let's see, VE Chain. Oh, VET, interesting. Okay. Actually, if we go over to the My Ledger section, we'll see if it requires a third-party wallet or not. And let's see what they say. In the app section, it's going to tell you. So if we go VET, all right. Oh, it does say Ledger Live supported. Interesting. Let's hit install. Well, that's interesting. We can check it on my go-to device because we're going to have to connect that here in a sec. Oh, and we'll need to add the account, right? So let's do that. Let's see what happens when we add the account. Okay, it wants me to open the VE Chain app. That's kind of weird. What was that? Okay. Add account. Why did I get a message from Edge all of a sudden? That was weird. Okay. That's kind of weird. Let's see. Let's go down here to this thing. VE Chain. Of course, 0. And no assets, right? That's kind of what we expected. But it's kind of weird that it's got like a VE. Oh, it's got VE Thor. Interesting. Why don't we connect my go-to, because now we have these accounts are set up. I can move crypto into these accounts now, even though I've disconnected this device. So as you can see, you can manage multiple devices in Ledger Live, but you just want to make sure to name them accordingly so you won't connect the wrong device when you're trying to manage crypto, right? You don't want that. You're going to get a weird error message and you're going to freak out and think all your crypto is gone. But fret not, because as long as you have the right device attached, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So let's see what happens when we do the same thing. This is my other device, right? This is my Ledger Nano X, the one that all of these accounts are connected to, except those 4 that we just added. Let's do VET. So if all goes according to plan, I should see a balance in there, or it'll just erase all. And it's doing this weird thing again. It's like popping up Microsoft Edge, but no, it did work, right? And I don't need to name this specifically because this is my go-to device. So I don't need to say VE Chain Ledger X because every other account in here is Ledger X. But isn't that cool? It found the VET already on here. All right, and the VThor. Pretty cool. Well, there you go. Ledger Live now supports VE Chain. Before you had to use the Sync app, the third-party app. but now it's native. Now the other VE chain thing's probably more powerful. I don't have it connected at the moment. Boop-a-doo. Let me see here. I think we installed it last week. Someone was asking me about it. Ugh, I can't find it. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Okay, let's turn this off for a sec here. That secondary camera that I forgot to set up earlier. But there's this VE World app which will connect to your, see, it's the same balance, right? I guess it might, it supports NFTs. Now, I don't know if Ledger Live supports NFTs. So here again, you know, and they have some buy and stuff incorporated into this. I don't see a swap or anything like that. So it looks like, you know, you can reasonably do most of the stuff that you might want to do with your VE chain in Ledger Live and basically just store it, right? All right. So let's move some of this Solana from one place to another. So I have my go-to device connected, and I don't have like $50,000 worth of Solana in this wallet that I'm like, I want to hodl, that I'm trying to protect, right? So, I mean, what I'm, well, yeah, the VE World upgrade, I think I have the latest version. I think I just downloaded it last week. The scenario here would be, okay, I've got 50 grand worth of Solana in this wallet, and I don't want to connect this device to shady sites, right? I would rather, not even shady sites, but decent DApp sites. But if we don't want to risk our mother load, so I set up this, this secondary device so that we could go to DApp sites with a marginal balance, right? We don't want our full balance. So let's go ahead and let's transfer. In this case, we're just going to transfer a small amount, right? A fairly small amount, right? So here's our Solana black on black device. Let's receive. We don't have the device attached, so I'm going to skip the hardware check. I'm just going to grab that address, right? And I'm going to go back over to this account, and let's just transfer I don't need the memo. Okay, I don't know what's taking it so long. Okay, it's telling me the account's not funded. I know that. It's an empty account. And we'll just do $200 worth. All right, let's hit continue. We'll continue again, and I need to authorize the outgoing transaction on my device. So it wants me to open the Solana app. This is my go-to device, right? All right, and then it wants me to, I still can't see this very well. All right, there we go. Let's go here and click approve. All right, so we're transferring off, and I'm gonna I'm gonna do this. Okay, how's that? I'm just tweaking, guys. There we go. So it's done. Joseph, thank you for that donation. I appreciate it. It looks like you might have a question. Thanks for the moderators and everyone. Wish us all a Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Joseph. I appreciate that. And let's go over to the other account. Let's do a sync. The other account should bubble up here shortly. Once it gets, There it is. All right, so we transferred some crypto from our go-to device into our secondary device so we can do some DeFi. We can also, I'm going to grab that address one more time. Oops. There. I'm going to grab that address one more time. Let's go over to our third-party app. Oh, no, not a third-party app. Yes, third-party app. Joseph, thank you so much for that. So in this app, I can manage Solana tokens, which I can't do in Ledger Live. So I'm going to take some of this Radium, and I'm going to transfer that over to the other device. Right? And I could even save this. This is black on black. Oops. It's the black on black ledger. Right? And how much are we going to send? Let's go ahead and send 100. Right? Right, and I don't have to have blind signing enabled to do this, right? So if we can turn it off if we want. So if you want to keep it like really safe, then you can like disable blind signing, right? So there are certain things I can do without blind signing, and one of them is transfers, right? So we can do a send. And we need to confirm this on the device. We're sending it out. And we'll click approve. So off the Radium goes. Hopefully that worked. I think you'll get a confirmation that it went out. I don't know why it did. Maybe I do need to have blind signing on. I'll see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it went, to be honest with you guys. No, it doesn't. Let's try it again. Oh, that's Radium. Oh, maybe 100 Radium. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, we need to confirm on the device. Okay. Okay. All right, now hit send. Okay. And confirm again. Okay. I don't know what's going on. It's like giving me a hard time here. Okay. I think I do need to have blind signing. So, okay. All right. I'm going to disconnect the device. Start over because it's freaking out. All right. So I think maybe I do need blind signing on. Okay. Come on. Okay. Now it's not taking input. That's okay. I have my seed phrase right over there. All right. Let's turn this thing off. This device just locked up on me. Okay. Okay, good. Whew. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay. Okay, invalid PIN. Okay. Ugh, doggone it. Ugh. I don't know what happened. Now it's not taking my PIN. Some demo, right? Okay. I have my seed phrase. I'm not worried about the crypto. but I really wanted to do this demo. Now it's not taking my pin. Oh, wrong device. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay, I get it. I see what I did. I'm using my go-to device. I was using the black on black pin that I just set up. I definitely have the seed phrase for this thing. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's what happens when you do stuff live. Okay. Whew. Got the pin entered. Jeez. All right, now. Wow. Okay. All right. So I need to go into the Solana app, and I'm going to go ahead and just enable blind signing because it's like this transaction is just not going through. So I'm going to allow blind signing. So maybe this wallet needs it. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's try this one more time. All right. Here we go. Okay. Oh, the Radium went. Okay. It looks like it did go. All right. Now, okay. So I'm going to disconnect the device after all that, and I'm going to connect black on black. All right. Here's black on black. We'll enter its PIN. The refresh rate on black leaves something to be desired, doesn't it? I suspect that Ledger kind of pulled a fast one when they released this black on black, telling us how great it was, and then they used like inferior LED on this thing, because you can see it's kind of flashing. All right, let's go over here to Solana. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add that device to this wallet. So we'll hit plus. We'll say connect Ledger. And it's connected. Solana app is open. It's detecting it. And come on. Sometimes it takes it a minute. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the derivation paths work. Like that first derivation path is usually what hits, like when you connect them to dApps, but then for some reason Ledger uses the second derivation path. I don't know why, but that's okay. Let's hit this. And there's the balance. We'll hit import. Oh, doggone it, I wanted to rename it. I think I can still do it. All right, let's try that again. Okay, yes, this is it. So I want to rename this. Can I do that? Ugh, doggone it. Here, okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Go back. There we go. Okay. Boom, we did it. Notice that we have the Solana that we transferred using Ledger Live, right? And then we also have that Radium that we transferred using the Solflare wallet. So now we have a secondary device with smaller balances on it so that we can do DeFi. Now, if I had $50,000 worth of Solana to demo for you guys, I would have maybe transferred a couple thousand into this wallet for doing DeFi, right? Because $330 worth of tokens isn't like going to make you rich in DeFi or whatever, right? I'm just trying to give you a demo as to how you manage a secondary device so that now we can do swaps and trades and all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, here we go. I sort of get it. Thanks for your answer. Okay, Scrub. Does that open up my Ledger to the interesting sites? I use my Ledger on those dApps, DeFi, even though I'm sending in and out of my MetaMask. I think what you're asking, Scrub24, is about what I'm talking about is exposing your device to the DeFi websites. There's the fact that you're using a hardware wallet to manage your third-party wallets is increasing your security, right? If you just use the hot wallet, then you have lower security. But you're also exposing your device to things that could go wrong, right? Malicious smart contracts. You don't want to, some malicious websites will have you authorize a wallet address, and then that would give the site or the smart contract access to your wallet. Now, most of the time, this is done in the service of functionality, but there are risks involved in this. So yes, if you're connecting your hardware device to third-party websites, that's why we use the secondary device with the smaller balance. That's the whole nub of the gist, what we're trying to instill in you right now. Scrub24, I'm so happy to see CryptoTag having issues live. Seeing flawless videos when I end up bumming through makes me lose my hair. Struggles are real, and I'm glad it happens to all. Yeah. I mean, when I'm recording standalone videos, I will have a lot of issues that I will edit out because I know other people might have issues, but if someone sees me struggling in a standalone video, they might think this dude doesn't know what he's doing or whatever. So I usually will edit out, like if there's a glitch or the pin gets in wrong, or I have to reconnect and disconnect and reconnect. Like when we were doing that Radium transfer, I ran into some issues and it was kind of going in a circle. I had to disconnect. And then when I reconnected, then it wouldn't take my PIN entry. So then I was like kind of fooled around with it a little bit till I got it to work. And it did end up working, but then I got confused and was thinking it was the other device. Yeah, so shit happens for sure. Yeah. I would suggest after you link your MetaMask account to your ledger, look around and see your options. Understand you must move your token to the ledger to get that extra protection. Just always triple check the website name. There are fake names out there. Crypto Crow had a video today with an example. Yeah. And then this thing has got... I'm going to enter the pin here and show you guys a trick. It gets me irritated when it goes into sleep mode. So if we hold both buttons down for a few seconds, we can get over here to the command center. And let's go into, why can't I get into the settings here? Oh, because I'm in an app. Okay. Sorry. Let me get out of this. I need to get out of this app. Okay, I have to be at the home screen. All right, let's do it again. Let's hold both buttons down. And now we can go into device settings. We can go over here to security. And then let's go down here to pin lock. Hit both buttons. And then let's turn pin lock completely off. It just irritates me. All right, and then we'll also go to screensaver. We'll click both buttons. And then we'll go all the way up to no screensaver. And there we go. Now I can get out of the settings and go back here to the main screen. Now the fact that it goes into sleep mode after 1 minute or 5 minutes or whatever, that's a security feature so that you're not just going to leave it laying around and somebody's going to come up and use it if you walk away or whatever, The remedy to that is to disconnect your device when you're done using it. So that way I can use my device, I can be at my desk, have my device connected, do my crypto, read articles, whatever, and not have to turn around and see this thing in screensaver mode every time I need it. It just bugs the what out of me. And so I disable those features so that I have full access to the device and it's not going to go into sleep mode on me. Just thought I'd point that out. Let's see. Now, let's go into The reason I use Solflare is because if I go to Radium, and I try to connect the device directly to my ledger, notice there, it's going to use that first derivation path, that 0 derivation path. That's why I use Solflare, because I can control it. I can move back and forth between the different derivation paths in Solflare. I can move back and forth between different devices. So I should be able to connect the current auto connect. No, let's just do connect. There, see how it's got the Sol balance, right? And the Radium balance, right? So now I can do DeFi. They have swaps, so I could say, okay, I want to swap some Solana for Radium, right? I could do a swap, right? I could also swap for other Solana-based tokens. There's quite a few of them. But remember, these are all Solana-based. Now, also, I could buy a US dollar coin, stable coin here. And I think let me see if I can do this. Oh, it's looking for a pool. Give it a second. Now, if we swap for stablecoin, then we can use our stablecoin just like we would any other coin, right? We can park our gains when we're on this DEX if we want. It's taking a while to find a market maker for this. This is a decentralized DEX, right? It uses other users that are providing liquidity for its trades and swaps. So it's having trouble finding a current price for US dollar coin. But we could try perhaps Tether. Maybe it'll find a price for Tether quicker. Yeah, pretty easy peasy. But what I wanted to point out was that if I were to manage to get some US dollar coin, there it goes. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Just for the heck of it. We'll do this swap. I need to be in the Solana app. Let's hit approve. Let's see. Perhaps let's do this. Yeah, it went back to the default for some reason. I think maybe when I disconnected. Oh, this is the black one, right? We haven't done it yet. Okay, let's try that again. All right, blind signing must be enabled for this to happen. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to authorize. That was actually a lot more than I wanted to do. I should have just done $10 worth, but that's okay. Now, what's also interesting, now that I have this US dollar coin, we can go back up here. See, you can see now I have US dollar coin. I could actually go to Coinbase and deposit stablecoin. We were doing this on Wednesday. So if I want to make a deposit of US dollar coin, I can switch over to the Solana network. Isn't that cool? Right? And they're going to give me a Solana address to make a deposit of my stable coin if I wanted to cash out, right? So if I have Solana-based stablecoin in my Solana-based wallet, I can transfer it into Coinbase directly from my Solana wallet, and it'll become USDC once it hits Coinbase, and then I can cash it out or swap or whatever I want to do. Right? That's kind of a cool thing. Coinbase is now supporting Solana-based stable coins. Now, they don't support Solana-based Tether, right? So if you go to Tether, you only have one way of dealing with Tether. It has to be ERC20-based Tether with those high fees. So you would want to use US dollar coin in this scenario. But, you know, I just go back over here. I could do a send over to Coinbase, and boom. Oh, and yeah, put it all, yeah, send it. I could send it, but I'm not going to, but I could, right? Because I got a Solana address from Coinbase for a US dollar coin deposit. So that's pretty cool. Now, they do also have liquidity, and I think they might have, yeah, I think they have like a Sol USDC liquidity. So let's see, we could do max here, and then shouldn't it auto fill up here? I thought it had to be in equal parts. Okay. Huh. Oh, okay. Maybe if we, let's do this. Let's do that, and let's do this stuff. And then it'll probably calculate the amount of Sol. So we'll hit add liquidity. There we go there. Let's hit approve. Huh, 0.5 Sol, that seems, oh, okay, yeah, because it's 50. All right, so we can do that. Let's hit both, hit buttons. Let's confirm. Add liquidity confirmed. Let's see if it shows up. It should show up here in my liquidity, right? So let's hit that. Oh, that's in a farm. Okay. Okay. Well, it's in here somewhere. I haven't used this stuff in quite some time. Yeah. And farms. Right? That's Radium. Ah, okay. So probably want to use Radium for that. Huh. I still don't see that liquidity. I'm not sure why it's not showing up yet. Maybe it's taking a while. Oh, okay. Okay, there it is. Is that it? Okay. I don't know why there's a question mark next to it. It should have that US dollar coin. Once again, I'm trying to do all this live. Let's see. Let's see. Whoops. Have I used up all my Sol? No. Why is it giving me this? This is weird. Okay. Did I go to a different one? No. Yeah, I shouldn't be trying to do all this live, but hey. Yeah, so now there's 0 available US dollar coin because I just put it in a liquidity pool. And some of that $50 worth of that Sol is also in a liquidity pool. Yeah, I still don't understand why I don't see it here. But hey, maybe it's here and I see it. No? Whatever. Let's see, and then there's pools where you can stake in these pools. I have to tell you though, this stuff is cool, but there's something called impermanent loss that can just wipe you out if you're not careful. Impermanent loss would be, let's say I'm staking in a liquidity pool and I'm earning transaction fees by participating in their liquidity pools, right? When people trade USDC and Sol, I'm part of that liquidity I'm adding my liquidity to the pool here. They pay me portions of those trading fees, right? I'm earning money by doing this. But if Sol were to just take off like crazy, it might make more sense for me to have had that Sol just holding as Sol, right? So that would be a loss on my part because I'm busy earning in my liquidity pool, but I'm not earning the amount that I would have earned if I'd have just been holding the Sol by itself, right? That's impermanent loss. And it can happen in many different ways. That's just one example. But if you're going to pool your Sol in like some of these lower end coins, you really have to keep an eye on because if one or the other coin takes off, you could end up losing. Or what'll happen is the holdings will shift from one to the other coin depending on, because the amount stays constant. But if one coin is worth a lot more, then your percentage will shift and you could end up losing your Sol because all of it goes over to the other coin. So it's complicated. So I just want to point that out, that doing this stuff can be kind of tricky. Especially now. I can't figure out where that liquidity went, but I'll figure it out later. I can't do it live. Let's see. There was some other stuff I wanted to do. Let me turn this off real quick because my arm is getting tired holding this up. Let me move into questions here real quick. I think I understand the benefit one way, but then start getting nervous when we start talking about having yet another standalone cold wallet. Well, I don't know why having another wallet would make you nervous. If you're afraid you can't keep track of it or something. I know where both of my seed phrases are, and both wallets are right here in front of me. I'm not going to lose them. You just spread your assets. I mean, it does add a layer of complexity to your holdings. So you feel more comfortable connecting a hardware wallet that has $50,000 worth of crypto in it to a DeFi site? So it makes you feel more comfortable to have your go-to wallet exposed to DeFi, but you get nervous when you move some of that over to a secondary wallet that you can connect to DeFi, and you're only risking a small percentage of your assets. So I'm not understanding how that makes you nervous. Okay. Let's see. I ordered a Trezor. Are those good? Sure, why not? Yeah. I've done quite a few reviews of Trezor. They're a great wallet, but you will notice that the Trezor was not compatible with Solflare. Also, I did want to point out earlier when we were talking about that, this guy that was banging on Ledger for collecting personal data, which it really wasn't. If you scroll down to the bottom of this article, he says, despite this alleged privacy issue, Rect Builder stated on X that they still use Ledger Live because there is no other hardware option on native Avalanche. So, hey, I still use the Ledger because I want to manage my Avalanche and nobody else can do it except Ledger. Now, interestingly, he uses the term Ledger Live. This is not the correct way of saying it because Ledger Live does not support Avalanche. The Ledger device supports Avalanche in the Avalanche wallet, which is a third-party wallet. So if we go, I'm going to disconnect this guy. If we go over to, I'm going to reconnect my go-to device. I've got to enter the PIN here. All right, if we go over to Ledger Live, you will see, well, I'm going to allow access. If we go to the Avalanche app, it says requires third-party wallet. So this article here says, I still use my Ledger because I still use Ledger Live because there's no other hardware option for native Avalanche. Well, I mean, you use Ledger Live to install the Avalanche app, so I guess I can forgive him for that statement. But more precisely, hey, even though I feel the Ledger device is doxing me, according to this article, I still use it because no other hardware wallet supports Avalanche. Boom, there you go, right there. Everyone always asks me, why do you keep using Ledger? There's perfect example right there. Ledger Wallet is the only one that supports certain cryptos and DEXs. Granted, Trezor has just added support for Solana in their Trezor Suite app, but the Solflare wallet does not support Trezors. All right? If I try to connect a new hardware wallet, it only supports Keystone and Ledger. There's no Trezor here. Right? Not banging on Trezor, just saying, right? The Ledger device has huge amount of industry support. They have a dev environment that a lot of developers use to enable support for the Ledger device. This is how the Ledger device started. It was a hardware device, and they pushed developers to, to give their device support in their wallets and in their apps, right? This is the same thing Keystone is doing right now, right? That is the beauty of the Ledger, is that it is supported on so many different cryptos and third-party wallets, right? There is no comparison. Keystone is in a close second right now with third-party wallet support, but it's a little more difficult to use an air-gapped wallet than the Ledger device. It's just, there's no comparison. Thanks for the advice, especially the logs amount, peace of mind. Following hack waited 12 days before checking Ledger Live and Nano X. Will connect Ledger Live, both upgrades install. Where is my crypto? Either Ledger Live upgrade or Nano faulty, or Ledger Nano upgrade faulty, not upgrade. Okay. Having a little trouble following that. I think you're worried about that hack that from a couple weeks ago, and then you were worried about connecting your device. This was not, it did not involve the device. It did not involve Ledger Live. There's a site called Revoke Cache. Whoops. Okay, let's try this again. Come on, Rex. Okay, just try that. There. So you can connect your device to Revoke Cache and revoke any authorizations that you may have given to smart contracts. Now, this is for advanced users. The Ledger hack that occurred was occurring by people connecting their devices to shady dApps. Granted, they were using a very obscure connection software that Ledger maintained, and that was where Ledger screwed up. But this hack people see the word Ledger and the word hack in the same sentence, and they immediately freak out, right? The hack did not involve the device. The hack did not involve Ledger Live. It was only connection software. And it's been fixed. Okay. Let me check. I want to check this Revoke Cache, right? I'm going to connect my wallet. And, okay, that's weird. Okay, let's do MetaMask. And let's, yeah, I've got my Ledger device connected at the moment. It's my active wallet. Let's hit Connect Wallet. Let's do MetaMask. And this device, or this account, so now it's I've never used this before. I'm just kind of pointing out that it says nothing's at risk right now, because I've never had a malicious smart contract, you know, infect my device. It's not really infecting the device, really. You're granting access, and you use the device to do it, so the device is working as expected, right? It's kind of like, you know, computer will do exactly what you tell it to. That's the good news. The bad news is that a computer will do exactly what you tell it to, right? And sometimes you tell it to do crappy stuff, right? So the same with anything, the same with software, the same with hardware wallet. Oh, okay, here's one down here. So in 2022, I granted unlimited access to my Tether on the PancakeSwap website, right? I don't keep much Tether in my device, right? So, but if there was a bunch of Tether in my device, then after I was done doing that, probably would be a good idea to go ahead and go over here and revoke it. So we'll hit revoke. We'll authorize that up here. We'll approve that. I probably need to be in the Ethereum app because this is connected to my ledger. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, Ethereum. And then we'll click approve, and it should, doggone it, what just happened? Oh, I know, I'm in Ledger Live. That's, yeah, Ledger Live interferes with that. All right, so we're gonna do this. Let's go down. I need to get out of the My Ledger section because it keeps trying to steal the device back. All right, so let's do that again. Let's go into Ethereum. Let's do this revoke again. MetaMask is going to come up. Let's go down here. Let's click approve. There. Now I got a review. We're going to approve that. Oh, this is Binance Smart Chain. Okay. Whoops. All right, hit both buttons. Transaction submitted. Boom. Right, so like I said, a lot of times when you're on a DEX and you're doing liquidity or whatever you're doing, you approve something. Sometimes it needs access to your account in order to do what you want it to do. But you don't want to just let it linger, right? So go over to revoke cache and revoke. And you don't have to like worry, you know, keep your device in the drawer for 2 weeks because you're worried. You know, there's a solution to all this stuff. Don't just react with fear when you hear something about some hack. Go read the article and find out what it's all about. Does it affect you? Does it not affect you? I did some videos on that, right? Hey, Julian just became a member. That's very nice of you. Very cool. And you got a little alert, and that's cool. Let's turn this camera off. Whoops, not that. There we go. Okay, in your view, what is the best site to gain profit by using pool mining? Wasn't several sites they went bankrupt? Yeah, I mean, I can't really give you an answer on that. I'm not an expert in that. I can just demo sites. I mean, for a while there, PancakeSwap was doing very good by me, but over time, the returns go down. I think the more people start to use the site and it gets diluted. I don't know what the whole story is. I just know that some sites, and I used several sites that went bankrupt. and I lost money. Let's see if I can recall some of these. There was this bunny. There was a big thing on bunny, and they got like hacked, and they never really recovered. They were generating really high returns for a while there. I was using Bakery Swap back in 2019 or where, I don't remember. But I was making good money on that. Ape Swap, Cheesecake Swap, that was another one that never really panned out for me. Kebab Finance, Bakery Gallery, Burger Swap, Fry World, 7-Up. I mean, I was in there, and I wasn't losing huge sums of money, but I remember that a lot of these sites just kind of went bye-bye. So yeah, what's the best one? I can't tell you that. I wouldn't know. Now there also is, let me see if I can find this one for you. There used to be a site that would show you, no, not this. Is this it? No, that's not it. I don't know what that is. I thought, well, maybe it's changed. I thought the DeFi station used to, no, this is not it. There used to be a website that would show you, and now I haven't used it in so long. I thought it was DeFi Station. Okay. It was an aggregator, and it would show you all the top DeFi sites by, money used or whatever, right? And that would give you some indication as to, what would be the best, right? Just kind of show you the most popular, but not, I can't tell you which is the best one. They're all, now we were in Radium. Radium has been getting a lot of attention lately because of the Solana. So, I mean, if you want to get into DeFi on the Solana chain, I think Radium is one of the bigger ones. I wouldn't know what the best would be, right? I wonder if my liquidity ever showed up. I don't know what happened to that. Oh, there it is, finally. There it is. There's my liquidity that we put in. It was $50 worth of US dollar coin and $50 worth of Sol. And so if anybody trades Sol or USDC, then I'll be earning on that, right? And I can take it out anytime I want. I can migrate it out if I want. I guess that's what migrate is. Or unstake it. I can figure it out later. Oh, there, remove liquidity. So I could remove it back to my wallet if I wanted to. And then there's farms where if you're already in a pool. So if I were doing Radium and US dollar coin, I could drop it in this pool and earn some. Why don't we do that? I've got to go back over to my other device, right? Because we're managing this DeFi with a smaller device with less crypto on it. I don't think there's anything, there haven't been any hacks on the Solana, right? That ledger connection software hack only affected the Ethereum ecosystem. So I'm not saying that these sites are at risk. I'm just saying it's best practice if you're going to do DeFi and connect your hardware wallet to risk a smaller percentage of your assets by keeping your crypto on a secondary device. All right, so let's do this little. So let's do some Ray USDC. Let's go back here. We have some Radium. All right, and we want some USDC. And let's put half of the Radium in there. It's not a lot. That's some. All right. And we'll confirm this. Oh, I don't have enough USDC. I have a zero balance. Oh, well. Okay, let's go back to swap. And let's do Sol, because there's some Sol in there. And we want, let's see, look, half. What's that going to give me? 46. Let's do... It wanted 67. Let's do 0.7. Right? We're just playing around. That's enough. Right? Okay. So let's do that swap. Let's turn this back on. All right. Let's do the swap. We'll confirm that. And then we confirm on the device. All right. Now we've got some more USDC in the wallet, right? We also still have that USDC in the liquidity pool, that $50 worth. But let's go back to liquidity, and this time let's do Ray and USDC. We'll do half our Ray, and then we've got enough USDC to cover that. We'll hit add liquidity. We'll approve. We'll approve on the device. And it worked. Now, it might take a few minutes for it to actually show. Oh, no, there it is. Boom, there it is. All right, so we've got Ray and USDC. Now we can go over to farms and earn extra income on that. Can we? Okay, can we? Yeah. Well, let's see. Deposited. Okay. We should have some of this in here. Let's try it. Yes, there. See that we're going to hit max. We'll just go ahead and farm that liquidity pool. So we'll hit stake liquidity pool. We'll approve that. We'll approve it on our device. Okay, and now we should be farming away. Yeah. So we're earning a return on that LP token. So we're not only are we staking our LP token for the benefit of the exchange, right? And earning some trading fees. Now we've staked the LP token to earn even more, and we're earning 36. This is APR 24 hour, which is pretty good. So if I'm going to get a 36% return within 24 hours, that's pretty darn good, because usually it's APY, which means it takes you a whole year to earn the full percentage. So tomorrow night I'll check this and see if I've earned any more. And we're earning Ray, right? Isn't that what we're earning, if I recall? Yes, we're earning Ray. So here's another pitfall of these kind of schemes for this DeFi. I'm earning Ray. So, okay, so I earned 36% on this $133. So I earned $20 worth of Ray, or whatever it is, tomorrow. I get $10 worth of Ray. Well, what if the price of Ray tanks? Then my rewards were like, where'd my rewards go? Well, you got paid in a token, and that token is volatile. So you got to keep all this stuff in mind when you're dealing with these kind of DeFi. But hey, you can get better returns than a bank if you are savvy, if you keep your head in the game, and you it's not a set and forget, right? For me, it's much easier to hodl, right? Buy a token, sit on it, hold it in your wallet. If the price goes up, great, right? I have to think about it, right? But when you're doing this kind of stuff, the rewards can be greater, but the risks are higher, right? Not just in malicious smart contract risk. I'm talking about risks of using this thing, impermanent loss, that kind of stuff. right? You got to keep your head in the game if you want to do this kind of stuff. But the rewards could be good for you, right? Don't mortgage your house and go, dump everything in the Radium website, right? And like I say, mitigate your risk by using a secondary hardware device. That was the whole point of this exercise. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. There were some other things I wanted to do. I spent a lot of time showing you how to get that secondary device set up, how to get it configured, how to transfer some crypto over to your secondary device, and then use that for your DeFi. Right? We could do the same thing with Ethereum, right? I would transfer Ethereum into this secondary device and then go over to some Ethereum-based DEX. Or, claim my airdrops or mint my NFTs or whatever I wanted to do. And I wouldn't be risking like my mother load of Ethereum, because my mother load of Ethereum is on a different device. Right? I don't have to worry about my mother load being at risk when I connect this device, because it only has like some working amounts on it. Rex is Gunjas 12, midday 31, New Year's Eve at my place, Australia. Happy New Year, Rex, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thanks, mate. G-Man No Name, thank you so much for that. Commenting on more here will raise all the questions at the Ledger session on January 2nd, especially as Ledger has not responded to my ticket. What a great start to 2024. Thank you. Well, I hope Ledger does respond to your ticket. Generally, Ledger can help you with like device issues, but as far as something that happened with your crypto, you're kind of responsible for that stuff. I mean, a lot of people, when something goes wrong, they immediately go to Ledger, and that's why Ledger has done this recovery. Because of people, well, if you transfer your crypto off somewhere, like in some malicious smart contract, they can't help you. But if you lose your seed phrase, forget your PIN, that kind of stuff, that's why Ledger started the whole recovery service, because they were tired of having to tell people, we can't help you. It's your device, your crypto. We can't help you when something goes wrong when you're using it, because we just make the device. And people are always, you should have a backdoor. And well, Ledger doesn't have a backdoor. That's why they started this recovery service. A lot of people don't agree with it, but unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there that need it. I'll just leave it at that. Use a separate phone and not your everyday phone. It's another way to increase your privacy, right? All this FUD around Ledger device, hoping for a good discount on the stacks. New Year. Cool. I hope I get my stacks too. I ordered one back in 2022 and I still don't have it, but I'm still waiting. Thank you guys, everybody. Oh, I've got this new one here. Right. I got my new backing. I was going to put my little live stream placard on there, but something went wrong. But I'll get that straightened out for next week. Inspector Ape. Hello, Tangem only has one receiving address. A lot of coins only have one receiving address. I don't know if Tangem generates a new Bitcoin address every time. I think they might. But there's a lot of coins out there that only have one receiving address. Oh, you can't create multiple accounts. Yes, that's true. You can't. They might add that as a feature coming down the road. But yeah, for each crypto that you're holding on the Tangem device, you can only create one account. Unfortunately, that's the way Tangem sacrifices a little bit of complexity for its simplicity. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I will be here again next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Also, check me out on Wednesday. I do my hardware wallet review on Wednesdays. We did it at 12 p.m. last week. I think that's a pretty good time. Trying to catch the people that aren't awake or available during my Saturday night live stream. I know I have viewers all over the world. So if 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is not a good time for you, maybe check me out at 12 p.m. on Wednesday mornings, Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday afternoon. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again. And if you got a burning question, please shoot me an email. My email is in the description. Just scroll down to the bottom. My email is there, thecryptodad@gmail.com. If I didn't get to your